This rock is pretty shiny. Taurus, welcome to your February reading. In your first house, I have the Hermit. Looking at this card, I can see that you're spending some time alone. I can see that you're really getting in touch with your intuition, but at the same time, it's like I want to say it's kind of like psychic abilities, almost as if like the time that you're spending alone, it's like you're developing your abilities, but it's like you can see outside of what's going on around you. So like not necessarily like you just watching the news and keeping up with what's going on around the world. What I'm seeing, Taurus, is that you're realizing that a lot of your inner reality is reflecting your outer reality, Taurus. That's what I'm getting for your first house. As far as your second house, in terms of like finances, I have the Five of Swords reverse. And it looks like you've taken some time to like really think about things. Like I can see like with the second house, like if you had someone that was like stealing money from you or that was like sneaking away with your finances, or like if they kept asking you for favors and kept asking you to like support them financially, I can see you walking away from that energy, Taurus. So like even with the hermit, with your identity and your sense of self, I can see like you just walking away from this situation and like contemplating things and like really getting an understanding of like how the situation went down. In your third house, I have the Six of Wands, and it looks like you're feeling pretty powerful. Like you have the energy that you need to in order to like reach your goals, and like just being able to communicate with people and surround yourself with like positive people that are very enthusiastic. I can even see like fire signs as well, probably like a Leo. Or now I'm getting like Libra, even though that's an air signs. Like those will be the people that you would get along with pretty well throughout this month, Taurus. But I'm mainly getting like the Leo type energy. All right, so in your fourth house, I have the Unknown card. What I want you to do is to look at the card and tell me what you see. Like, how do you interpret it? This is a very special card, and I just want you to focus on it for a few seconds. Yep. And what she's telling me is all up to you to decide where things are going to go. No direction is set in stone, but you can influence it to meet your desires. Is what I'm getting from the Unknown card. As far as your fifth house, I have the Fool. And I see a lot of forward energy. So I kind of see like a combination like between like introvert and extrovert, like ambivert type energy, where like you get a lot of fun from like being at home and like playing, but you also get like a lot of energy from like going out and like having fun. But I'm seeing more like, since I have the Hermit like within your first house, like you're actually like seeing like the magic of what it's like to like be inside and like be able to experience like what you have to offer, like what's surrounding you, and being able to enjoy that. Like even though going outside, going on adventures is enjoyable, I see like if you're like looking back and like you're just spending more time at home or spending time alone, like I can see like you're getting a better appreciation for that within your house of play. So like you can have, I see like you can manifest fun like wherever you go, like wherever you're moving around, wherever you're going, Taurus. Like I can see like fun just following you. In your sixth house, I have the Ten of Pentacles. So it looks like you're supported, like you're taken care of. Like I'm getting the work hard, play hard kind of thing going on with this. And like the amount of work that you're doing is equivalent to the amount of play that you're doing, and like you're just in a comfortable spot where like it just seems fun regardless. In your seventh house, I have the Tower reverse. So your seventh house is your house of relationships, and I'm seeing that you possibly had to end things, or like you're coming to a conclusion that things are going to have to end. Maybe you've been in a toxic relationship, and it's like you know that things are coming to an end. Supporting that, I have like in your eighth house, I have the Justice reverse. So like if it was this person or whoever it is, like if someone's been like tampering with your finances or just your material gains or just fucking with you in general, and I see like within your eighth house, like you're getting tired of that shit, and like you know that things are going to have to come to an end, or you know that there's going to have to be changes, but like it's just a matter of like how much do you want to put up with it, like how much of the bullshit do you want to keep going through, how much do you want to keep repeating the same mistakes or going through the same cycles over and over again. In your sixth house, I mean your ninth house, your house of expansion, I have the Six of Swords reversed. So what I can see is that you have options. Like when if this is a friend, family member, or lover that's just been giving you hell, like I can see like you're kind of like in a defensive stance where like you know kind of like that fight or flight state where like you can sense danger, but at the same time I see like you know how to handle the situation. So like if they come at you with some BS, with some drama, or if they just come at you sideways, then like you know how to handle it, you know how to address it, but you can see that it's not necessarily helping you grow too much. Like it is helping you being able to like balance things out, like um think ways through like other people's bullshit, but it's not necessarily like moving you forward. Like if you deal with a toxic person, you can learn a lot from like being around that person because like they have their own ways of like either manipulating or like taking advantage of people. But like and you can learn a lot from like being able to like I'd say have to like counter it or being able to adapt to the situation or adapt to their bullshit, but at the same time, you'll just remain stagnant there if you're like, okay, here's their drama, I'm resolving it, or I have to navigate around it, and then it's like, you know, just keep running back into the same issues. But it's something that you can handle, no doubt about it. In your 10th house, I have the Queen of Wands. So it looks like in your work, like you have that lioness energy. You have that energy where like you're I can see like great leadership skills and like just you being able to support your team, like um even if you're not very social and you're like not like talking to everybody and like being outwardly expressive, I can tell like just your energy itself, just your presence, it's like it it just changes the entire mood. So if you go to work, like I can even see like people smiling at you, like people being very grateful that you're around. Even if you don't know it, like your energy, you're bringing a lighthearted mood to work. I can see like you're very in tune with it. So like if you're doing creative projects, you feel like you found your passion, like that is you. All right. So in your 11th house, I have the Page of Wands reverse. So I'm getting kind of like that take me back kind of energy, kind of like some subtle needy kind of vibes to it. So like if you've had this tower moment already where you had to end things, then I can see like if that person calls you back, then they're going to be like a little bit needy or like, oh, I've realized my mistakes and I've changed. I'm a changed person, and then like going through the same cycles again, like what I said with your house of expansion. But like in your 12th house, you have the Seven of Swords, and your 12th house is your subconscious mind. So like what I'm seeing with this is that you see the crows all around you. You know a crow when you see it. You know a sword when you see it. Do you really want to have to keep picking up swords to fight off different crows, or do you just want to put the swords down and be able to relax and enjoy your life? Because the crows are still going to pick up the swords. They're going to try to hold swords regardless. That's just the crow's nature, if that makes sense. Yeah, so do you really want to invest your time and energy into fighting with crows? Like this guy right here? Do you really want to, like, deal with that drama? Alright, so for your overall message, I have the lower world. I'm getting a join the dark side kind of energy to this. Kind of like the dark side of the force is more powerful, and there's like a lot more you can do with it, but it's not necessarily the dark side because of it. How am I trying to say this? It's a very powerful energy and it can corrupt you, but what I'm seeing with this is that like you're like Mace Windu, where like you've learned to like master the dark side and the light side, and so like even if you step into that dark side or that energy of like having to establish your boundaries or having to be mean or having to like stand up for yourself, hurt someone's feelings, or like decide not to put up with anybody's bullshit, and even if it hurts their feelings, like step into that and make that your power, because your feelings are legit, your feelings are valid, and that person needs to respect your feelings as well. So there's nothing wrong with thinking that. All right, so to review your reading, it looks like within your fire sector, like the time that you're taking out to like observe the bullshit, or like just to like really get your mind right and see things for what it truly is, like between like you having to pick up the swords and you having to fight the crows, like I can see like you're coming to a good balance between that. So even if it's like you going out more or you experiencing more, I see like a balance between like the hermit and the fool energy. Like you have a good balance between like staying home and like contemplating the situation and then like going out and like moving forward. I could even see this as like you thinking about things before, like really planning things before you move forward on them, and that's going to give you like a really good balance right there, like bring balance within your life, just to like take some time to like pause and like stay and like really relax your mind, clear your mind, and before you make any sudden moves. As far as like your earth sector goes, what I'm seeing is that like because you had to let go of the bullshit, because you've let go of that energy that was holding you back or that was trying to like one up you, like you have more energy to yourself, like you're more passionate about what you like to do in life, like you're spending more time with your family and friends and like the people that support you. You feel very supported in your environment, and you know that you don't have to deal with this type of energy that's going to just drag you down and then just like take from you and not even give back in return. As far as like your air sector goes, when it comes to like being able to communicate, I can see like that baby take me back kind of energy. So like probably someone's going to be outside of your house just outside of your house with a big ass speaker saying playing that song baby come back. All right. And like I can see you stepping into your power because of this, because like you finally realize like what you were going through, or you finally realize like their manipulation tactics, and like you put an end to things. And it's like now I feel much more powerful. I have more energy to myself. I can do what I love, and it's like there's no restrictions. And like as far as like your water sector goes, it's like you realize that like that's been inside your subconscious mind, like you knew what was going on, but I can see like you're turning a blind eye to it and just allowing the bullshit to continue. But is it really can go like where you want it to go. Like the unknown card, like that's a very special card, because like what I'm seeing with this is like at this point, since like you've stepped into your own power, and like you realize like the difference between like dealing with people's bullshit, and like whether that's like your own bullshit that you've had to deal with and balance out. I can see like now you're at the point to where like you hold the power, like you can create your reality out of these negative situations. You don't have to see it as a negative thing. You can let it be a learning experience and turn that darkness into light. Like even with the lower world, like that that dark energy that's surrounding you, probably like those negative emotions, like you can actually like turn that into light and make that into your power, and like use it in your art. Like you can use it as a way to like motivate you to get outside the house and like do things that would be therapeutic, like walking around, or like even like meditating over it. I'm seeing with this is like you hold the power to your reality right now, Taurus. All right, so that's all I have for you during the month of February. Thank you for watching. You have a good one.